Hey there, my fishing fanatics! Your friend and fellow angler is back with an absolutely crucial forecast that'll get your lines singing. We're talking about fishing in Canada on the 24th of October, 2025. And let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be a real game changer. Why? Because the fish are in full-on winter prep mode, and that means a feeding frenzy for those in the know. Stick around, and I'll reveal exactly where to cast, what to tie on, and how to outsmart those hungry predators. You won't want to miss my secret tip for enticing those finicky fall fish, so let's dive in. All right, friends, let's talk tactics for our favorite Canadian fighters. First up, the mighty walleye. As the water cools to that sweet spot of 4 to 9 degrees Celsius, walleye will be less active overall, but their feeding windows become super important. Look for them tightly schooled near shallow shorelines, backwater bays, or around rock piles and bluffs that offer a bit of warmth and protection. The best times will be the first hour or two after sunrise and the last 3 to 4 hours before sunset. For bait, think smaller, easier prey. A slow, trolled minnow imitation or a jig tipped with a soft plastic mimicking a dying baitfish will be deadly. Try working these slowly along drop-offs where baitfish are congregating. My little trick, vertical jigging with a small spoon can trigger a reaction strike, especially if you find them stacked on your sonar. Next, the aggressive northern pike. Pike are absolutely on fire in late October, bulking up for winter. They'll be ambushing baitfish near weed edges, submerged timber, and along prominent points adjacent to deeper water. They love those cooling water temperatures. A medium to heavy spinning or baitcasting setup with a wire leader is a must. Large spoons in silver or gold, spinnerbaits with tandem blades, or even large lipless crankbaits retrieved at a moderate pace will get their attention. Don't be afraid to cast into those denser cover areas, as pike are masters of ambush. Work your lure through the area multiple times. Sometimes it takes a few passes to irritate them into striking. And, for those seeking a true challenge, the legendary Musky. October is prime time, friends, possibly the best month to land a Canadian giant. The cooling water absolutely ignites their predatory instincts. Focus on large, expansive weed flats adjacent to deep water, sharp breaks and rugged rock shores. They'll follow schools of baitfish into surprisingly shallow areas, especially during low-light conditions. Big baits are essential here. Large inline spinners, oversized crankbaits, or even big jerkbaits worked aggressively are your best bet. Remember the figure 8 at the boat. Many musky strikes happen right at your feet. Now, let's break down the conditions shaping this forecast. Weather-wise, for late October in southern Canada, we're looking at typical autumn conditions. Daytime temperatures will hover around 12 to 16 degrees Celsius, dropping to a chilly 3 to 8 degrees Celsius overnight. We can expect moderate rainfall, especially in the Great Lakes region, and winds will likely be predominantly from the west, possibly quite blustery. Atmospheric pressure tends to be dynamic this time of year, with fluctuations that can make the bite unpredictable. A sharp drop in pressure can send fish deeper, while stable pressure often means a more consistent bite. Keep an eye on those changing conditions and be ready to adapt. Water temperatures are rapidly plummeting across our lakes and rivers, generally settling into the 4 to 9 degrees Celsius range. Many bodies of water will be undergoing or completing their fall turnover, where the water column mixes, redistributing oxygen and nutrients. This process can temporarily scatter fish, but once settled, it often concentrates baitfish in specific areas, and the predators will follow. This temperature range is critical. It slows down fish metabolism, but triggers intense feeding periods as they prepare for winter. As for the moon on the 24th of October 2025, we have a waxing crescent moon, about 8 to 9% illuminated. This phase, just a few days after the new moon, is often considered excellent for fishing, especially during daylight hours. With minimal moonlight for nocturnal feeding, fish tend to be more eager to bite during the day, focusing on packing on calories. Overall, the biological activity of fish across Canada this time of year is all about preparation. Baitfish are schooling up in massive numbers, and predatory species like walleye, pike, and musky are in full bulking up mode, actively chasing those bait balls. This means they're hungry, aggressive, and can be found in concentrated numbers. Considering all these factors, the cooling water, the actively feeding predators, and the favorable moon phase, my clear assessment for fishing on October 24th, 2025 is good to excellent, with some potential for capricious bites due to dynamic weather. The cooling temperatures and pre-winter activity will make fish aggressive, especially during those golden hours of dawn and dusk. Just remember that fluctuating pressure or strong winds might make them a bit shy at times, pushing them deeper or tighter to cover. So, my friends, grab your gear, bundle up, and get out there. May your lines be tight and your reels be singing. Here's to tight lines and bent rods. Ni kvosta, ni chishuyi. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more fishing forecasts and tips, and tell me in the comments below, what's your go-to fall lure and what's the biggest fish you've landed in October? I love hearing your stories.